Hey guys, welcome back. Hopefully you guys are having a good evening. I just got home from work a little bit ago. So as I record this, it is 10 minutes to 2 a.m. So this will go live later in the morning. This is the third prediction video. This is the Atlantic Division this time. So I try to do these at least one a day. So this one is up to the Atlantic. I already did the Central and the Pacific from the Western Conference. So now we're up to the Atlantic Division. And to start off, who I think ends up number 8 in the Atlantic Division. And I think, it's a young team, and I think they're going to have their struggles. And I think they're going to end up they're going to end up in last place in the Atlantic, and that is Montreal. I think the Montreal Canadiens are going to have kind of a rocky year, I think. And it's just, they've got some good young talent. They really do. But they're young. They're young and inexperienced, and I think they're going to struggle this year. Which, when you're a young team, that's going to happen. So, at Montreal at number 8. Number 7, I may have these guys too low. And I hope that I have them too low. But because it's a team that you think would be getting closer to a playoff spot, but yet they're just, and that's Ottawa. I think the Ottawa Senators, I hope I have them too low. I really do. I want to have them too low. Because I would love the Senators to have a good year. I'd love to see the Senators honestly surprise some people. I'd love to see them get back in the playoffs. I would love to see it. I just think right now the Atlantic Division is going to have a lot of teams in it. I could very easily see 5 teams come out of the Atlantic Division come playoff time. So it's just, and Ottawa, they just got a new owner, and they've got, again, another young team. Hoping I have them too low. I want to be wrong on them. I really, in 6 months' time, I want to be wrong on where the Ottawa Senators are sitting. I hope I have them too low. Number 6 is a team that I may have these guys a little too low too. But again, this division is just stacked. These guys have made some good moves. And there's potential that maybe Patrick Kane signs here. Which, if that happens, I think they would move up the board. And it is Detroit. I think the Detroit Red Wings are, the Yzer plan, as they call it. Some people aren't sold on it. I think I honestly think they're doing good. As I totally butchered that R. Here we go. That's better. That's a little better. But yeah, the Yzer plan is in full effect. They haven't made the playoffs. What's it been? 7 years now? But again, they're, he's picked, Yzerman's picked up some free agents. He's made some moves. He's done pretty well in the draft. He got Alex DeBrincat out of oddly enough, out of Ottawa. And I think he'll be a great fit for Detroit, and I think he really will end up helping Detroit. And like I said, Detroit, I might have too low on this board. But preseason wise, I have him at number 6. Number 5, I have these guys taking a big, big drop. Because when you win 65 games, you can't really go any higher than that. That's kind of the, that's kind of the ceiling. So I have the Boston Bruins taking a big, big drop. I have them at 5th in the division, which could be. I mean, they could surprise some people, but with Krejci retired, Bergeron retired, of course Chara retired a couple years ago, and I think Marchand's going to end up being the captain, and they've got Swayman, they've got Ullmark, 2 pretty good goaltenders, and obviously Ullmark won the Vezina last year, but I just, how do you come? I mean, you win 65 games, you're up 3-1 on Florida, who, by the way, they haven't appeared yet on the board here, and you blow that 3-1 lead, you get knocked out, even having a lead in Game 7. It just, I'm devastating. So I think this year Boston definitely has a drop, and that's a heck of a drop from 1st place to 5th. But I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. Number 4. These guys almost made the playoffs. I almost expect them to make the playoffs this year. Again, this is a team, this might be the case of them being maybe one place too high. But again, I'm hoping they can make the playoffs. They haven't made the playoffs in 10 years. It is the Buffalo Sabres. If this thing would ever focus, there we go. Buffalo. The Buffalo Sabres. You want to talk about a young squad with just amazing talent. These guys are just insanely good. And, sorry about that, guys. Had a kid that has to get up for school in the morning, and she is still awake at 2 o'clock in the morning. She's going to be a bear to get up tomorrow. But before that, I was talking about the Buffalo Sabres. These guys are, again, I want to see them get in the playoffs. I would love to see them get in the playoffs. You've got guys like Tage Thompson, Alex Tuch, Tage Thompson, 40-goal scorer, just, an incredible talent, and Alex Tuch, who's really good too. And I think that's a good little 1-2 punch. And Buffalo, they had a good year last year. They won 40 games, and they only missed the playoffs by, I think, was it 1 point? 1, maybe 2 points they missed the playoffs by. So they were right there. They were right there for a playoff spot. They just came up just a little bit short. So I think they're going to have a good year this year, and I have them in 4th. Now, in 3rd, some people, I think they kind of underachieved last year, and I do think they're going to be better. I don't think they'll be a wild card team, and that is the team I'm wearing. Damn camera. There we go. The Florida Panthers, the reigning and defending Eastern Conference champions. I think they are going to be a very, very strong team again this year with Matthew Tkachuk and Sasha Barkov, and you got Bobrovsky. I swear they're right there, and then all of a sudden they just disappear for a couple seconds. They got Sergei Bobrovsky in that. Hopefully Spencer Knight. He's out of the player program. He was, I think a lot of us, when he went in for that, we were thinking, drug problem. No, he's just got some really, really bad OCD. And, he's getting help with that, and hopefully he will continue to get help with that. And hopefully he can be the backup to Bobrovsky and do well, And the Florida Panthers, this is a deep team. It's a team that shocked a lot of people, going all the way to the final, where they just ran into a buzzsaw called the Vegas Golden Knights. But I have Florida. I have Florida in a playoff spot. And can they duplicate the same? Can they do it again next year? I don't know. We'll have to find out. But I have the defending conference champions in third. Now, in second, this might surprise some people, but there's a reason why I have them this high. And that is the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, some people might think I'm out of my mind having Tampa this high. Well, there is a reason for it. The Tampa Bay Lightning had been to the Stanley Cup Final 3 straight years, winning 2 of them. Last year, they kind of struggled. They were kind of, they had injuries and this, that, and the other. They struggled, and they got bounced in the first round. Now, the reason why I have them this high, and trust me, it would not shock me if they ended up in the final again. Why? Because a couple of their players have come out and they have said, we are pissed off. Because they lost to Toronto in the first round last year. They finally had a completely whole off season. And they're coming into this season ticked off. I remember the last time they were ticked off. They won 62 games. They were expected to make a run to potentially a Stanley Cup in 2019. And then they ran into a Columbus Blue Jacket team. And they took them out. They took them out in 4 straight. And I remember the award ceremony as Andrei Vasilevsky wins the Vezina Trophy. People are making jokes and all that. He goes, he accepts the trophy. Yeah, there's no smile on his face. There's no. He's like, yeah, you wait. Just that kind of look. He's like, yeah, you just wait. And then what did Tampa do? After 2019, what did they do? Back-to-back Stanley Cups, 2020, 2021, and a final appearance in 2022. They're coming in to the 23-24 season just like they did in 2020. They're coming in pissed. So don't be surprised if Tampa finishes this high, and don't be shocked if come June, the Eastern Conference champion again is the Tampa Bay Lightning. Don't be surprised if that happens, because when they say they're pissed, you just got to say, oh, look out. So, yeah, I have Tampa finishing second. And the team that I have finished winning the division, I mean, they've been good. They haven't won the division yet, but I think this could be the year they do it, and it is Toronto. Focus. There. I swear this camera is weird. I have Toronto winning the division, though. Toronto, I mean, they have Matthews. They have Marner. They have Tavares. They have Nylander. They have Samsonov. Or Samsonov, one of the two. However you pronounce it. I think Toronto is going to be a good team. I think they're going to, I think they finally won a round, and I think they're going to want to try and win a second round. They're going to try to make it further. And honestly, winning the division would be the best thing for them because they would play a wild card team. They wouldn't end up seeing one of those teams. They wouldn't end up seeing Florida or Tampa in round one. So we'll see what happens. But this is the order that I have. This is how I think the Atlantic will finish this year. I think Montreal brings up the rear, followed by Ottawa in 7th, Detroit 6th, Boston 5, Buffalo 4, Florida 3, Tampa 2, and Toronto, the division winner. Let me know what you guys think. What order would you guys have the Atlantic in? And if you were new to the channel or new to hockey in general and you enjoyed the video, it'd be awesome and would be greatly appreciated. Hit that like button. Also, if you really like the video, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified anytime future videos are uploaded, you can tap that little bell and it will notify you anytime one of my videos goes live. And yeah, so that's kind of how I have the Atlantic Division for 2023-24. And in probably about 5 or 6 months' time, we will see just how wrong I am. So, again, let me know what you guys think, what order you guys have. And, again, hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit that little bell to be notified. I'll see you guys later.